Do you scoffers ever take the time to examine yourselves? Just a thought. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Baruch HaKodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And it never fails, with these scoffers, our detractors, these sideline commentators. You got a lot of Stephen A. Smiths, among the scoffers that always got to pop up every now and then and talk they shit, but they never have nothing to show forth. When you go to their page, you check out their content to see if maybe they got it right, maybe they have the truth, maybe there's videos of them shit setting the example. And when you go to their page, no activity. And we see that time in and time out, with a lot of jackasses that come on our page. And when we see that, it really you know it adds to the fact that a lot of these guys that have all this to say, they really don't have nothing to say, because they don't have any works to back up anything that they say. So it makes their words null and void. So that's why I said to you scoffers, do you ever sit down and examine yourself? You sitting there and you making your statements against men who are actually active in the ministry and putting their lives on the line, presenting their bodies as living sacrifices. But yet you're just comfortable on your smartphone or on your laptop and just sticking your neck out. It tells you that in 2 Corinthians 13:5, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Are you really in? Are you really in the truth? Could you really say that you're in the truth? Could you really say that you really love the Father and His only begotten Son? Well, love is an action. All right. Love is the keeping of the commandments. Let love be not in tongue, but in deed and in truth. All right. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is in you, except you be a reprobate. Unless you're a reprobate, um, you should know that if the Lord is in you, then you should be able to prove yourself by your works. All right. So that's the question that I pose to you scoffers. Okay, because at the end of the day, you don't even understand that this is a legacy that you're leaving behind. Everything that we do is going to reflect us, and it's going to be a legacy that you're leaving back. And when we go into the next world, will you really be happy with what you left behind? Now, real quick, let me get Jeremiah 17, because a lot of our people that are enemies to the Most High, the Lord don't have their names written in heaven. They're not written in the book of life. All right, you're actually written in the earth. All right, Jeremiah 17:13, it says, O Lord, the hope of Israel, all that forsake thee shall be ashamed, and they that depart from me shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of living waters. All right, you're going to be written in the earth. You're not going to be written in the heavens. Your name don't ring bells in the heavens. All right, just like when Yahweh Shai, when he had that encounter with those them hypocrites that was getting ready to judge that woman that was caught in the act of adultery, and they came to him to try to pick his brain to see what judgment he would bring. They were trying to test the Lord, and the Lord said, well, he that sinned let him, he that is without sin, let him cast the first stone. And he was on the ground writing something, you know, in the dirt. And he looked up and realized that nobody did nothing. Nobody picked, stepped forward and picked up a stone and cast it towards the woman. That's because they were cut. And that was spiritual. Because all those men, none of them were written in the book of life. And they were a bunch of, arrogant, self-righteous, cats, man. Constantly trying to test, the men of the Lord, trying to, trap him in his speech, trying to entangle him. They tried to act like they were righteous and they were more holier than thou. Said that, when he casted out devils, he did it in the name of Beelzebub, basically the devil. Just constantly discrediting our Lord. And he was on the ground writing out their offenses. That was spiritual because those men are not written in the book of life. And that was the legacy that they left behind. So it's the same to you scoffers. When it's all said and done, when the books are open and the Lord comes to judge you, because guess what? You're not going to be able to point at us during the day of the judgment. Let's go real quick. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. This is what's going to be done on the day of the Lord. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10, it says, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad." So you're not going to be able to point the finger, at, men that you spent all your time while you was in your body, critiquing, judging, scoffing at, talking shit. At the end of the day, you're going to be accountable for your salvation, you know? So that's why I pose the question again. You scoffers, when you come on the comment board and you talk your shit, calling brothers false prophets or whatever you want to call it, coming at the elder apostles disrespectful. Well, have you self-examined yourself? You know, do you really think that you're in the faith? Because we all got to appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach, and he's going to judge righteous judgment. Do you think that what you're doing is you're doing the Lord a service? Because that's what they were, the wicked Jews were doing, you know, putting the followers of the Lord to death and persecuting them. They thought that they was doing the Lord a service, but all they was doing was destroying their own legacies, proving further and further that their names are not written in heaven. Because at the end of the day, if these men that you're attacking are coming against are men of the Lord, they have a memory that they're going to leave. They have a legacy. But you, quite the opposite. Let's go to Proverbs 10. Proverbs 10, and I'm going to start at verse 6. The point is at verse 7. It says, "Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot." All right, so your reputation and who you are is just going to rot in the earth. You ain't going to have no name in heaven, man, because you're just controlled opposition. Just like the Lord said, well, really, Job said it concerning the Lord, the deceived and the deceiver are his. All right, you're deceived, and your lot is to deceive others. Your lot is to try to overthrow the faith of those who followed the men that the Lord set up. Your job is set up to change the minds of those who are weak. All it takes is for a scoffer to come on the comment board for you to change your mind. because they're adverse, or they're in opposition to what we teach and what we represent. You're just you know you're part of those that are deceived, and you're a deceiver as well. That's basically what scoffers are, man. They're deceived deceivers. All right. And we already know that the end judgment, for all scoffers. All right. They scoffed Noah before it was daytime. So you're just back in your lot today. You had Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. They were opposition against the leadership, and we know about their end. We read about all these incidences with these scoffers and those that were in opposition, and it never ends well. Ecclesiastes 8 and 11 on down. You think because the Lord doesn't immediately judge you that it's all good? Maybe that confirms that you got it right. You're a man of the Lord, and we're not. Let's get Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Ecclesiastes 8 verse 11. Because sins against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. They're very confident when they come, on our live shows, when they come on the comment board, even if they come out to the camp, because they figure the Lord is with them. Nothing, bad happened to them. But you don't even realize the Lord is just recording you. The Lord don't have to get you right then and there. The Lord can, the Lord always does it. He waits till you forget what you've done. And then he finds the perfect time to get your ass. And that's the scary part of it, man. None of you dudes have that kind of fear to even think that far. Happy is the man that fear always. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, and we've had scoffers that have been scoffing for years. They're like still around even to this day. They think that obviously the Lord is with them because they haven't been judged yet. They think the Lord is in their corner on their side. Just like Esau. Esau thinks because he's been allowed to do all this wickedness for all this time that he really believes that the Lord is on his side. But the Lord is just you know he's preserving you. You're being preserved while you do what you do. It says, yet surely I know that it will be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High. All right. So let me go from there to Proverbs. There's a scripture that I thought about. I was supposed to bring out. There's Proverbs 21 and 24. It says, "Proud and haughty scorner is his name, who dealeth in proud wrath." Boundless arrogance. You know, they figure they got the truth. They got it correct. You got it wrong. But then when you go to their page, there's not one video. They might have a playlist. You can see what type of music they're into. Is usually some nigga shit. They got some type of conspiracy video, a flat earth video, some out of this world that if a person constantly consumes that as a total bug out. But that's typically what it looks like on a scoffer's page. They have nothing to show forth. So you just proud and haughty for no reason. Verse 25, it says, the desire of the skillful, it's like the slothful, killeth him, for his hands refuse to labor. You refuse to actually, get your hands dirty and get in the trenches and put in the work. You just feel more safer on the sideline being a damn sideline commentator like Stephen A. Smith, you know. So when the Lord returns and realize all you did was just scoff and be proud and haughty, but you didn't put your hands to the labor, what do you think the Lord is going to do? You think he's going to say, good job, well done, son, come up hither, you know, when all you did was just say, oh, you guys are false prophets, you're not the men of the Lord didn't set you up, you know, that's, come on, man. So you scoffers, man, you don't even realize that you're being scoffed because the Lord put basically he put you up to this like that. That's your lot according to his will. It's just to be a nuisance and to be around, to be an annoyance to the men of the Lord, and then it really irks you when we really just don't pay you any mind. When we just continue to do what the Lord commanded us to do. When we start ignoring you cats, I know you dudes lose it. So, when I saw this lesson by the elder apostle Gabar, it inspired me to do a response because this is what we're used to seeing. When you come up against us, you don't even show your validity. You don't even have words to show your validity behind the words that you speak. So why should we even take you serious? You know. But anyway, you know, I don't even like wasting doing whole videos on these nobodies, but every once in a while you can use them as an example, to the believers and use it for edification. Because all these scoffers, they're just controlled opposition. The Lord is using them. And at the end of the day, they're gonna have to give an account to the Lord who sits on the judgment seat. Because we all gotta be accounted for, what we've done in our body. He's gonna reward us according to our works. Who you think has the bigger chance? Those who's diligent, who's constantly, edifying the church, who is constantly prophesying, active in the ministry versus somebody that was just on a sideline and all he can do is just spectate, criticize, or just discredit, you know. You're just gonna go into outer darkness, with the unbelievers. Let me see if I can find that. I think it's in Luke. Yep. In Luke 12. Yeah, Luke 12 and 45. It says, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants, the men that are active, the men that are doing the work, and maidens, and to eat and drink and to be drunken. You dudes are totally confused. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware. You on your keyboard, with your mouse, clicking real hard, and before you know it, you peek out the window, you look to your right, and the Lord showing up. The sky just got dark. What you finna do? It says it will cut him in asunder and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. Right? Because you're really not a real believer. All right. If you was a real believer, you would have been out there doing the work. You would have been out there teaching. You dudes are not even manly enough to show your faces, man. All right. So this is what's going to happen. It says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will, you claim to know the truth. You know, you come against us. You look at us enough to know, what the Lord's will is. So obviously you knew something, right? And prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. And that's that, man. And that's gonna be your legacy, okay? Just a damn scoffer with nothing to show for it. You ain't gonna even feel deserving, of a crown when we in the kingdom. Even if because you're an Israelite, you're gonna receive, riches, and you're gonna be a king because we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests. But you ain't gonna even feel worthy of being a king. You're gonna be ashamed. So anyway, I just had to say something, man. I had to do a lesson in response to our elder Apostle Gabar's video. This channel has no content, which is, it's typical, all right? And the Lord, he's gonna come back and he's gonna put them to shame. They're gonna be ashamed and confounded. Where was your works at? Okay, never mind these men. What about you? What did you do? And you ain't gonna be able to lie to the Lord. He knows exactly what you did. So anyway, I'm gonna close out with that. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. And until the next lesson, I say shalom.